Hey girls, this is our parallel structure video. Let's go ahead and take notes in the editing section of our writer's notebook. So today we're going to define parallel structure, and we're going to identify and use parallel verbs, articles, and correlatives in our own writing. First, to define parallel structure, when you have a sentence with two ideas, you want to use the same grammatical structure, and that's what we mean by parallel. Just like in math, when we talk about parallel lines, we mean two lines that go in the same direction, but they never intersect. That's also why I've chosen these adorable llama pictures for this video, because the llama's necks are parallel to each other. They go in the same direction. So first, let's talk about parallel verbs. Here's a sentence that is not parallel. In the summertime, I love to swim, hiking, and relaxed. You can see that I have three different types of verbs there: love, hiking, and relaxed. They're all in a different tense, and they're all conjugated differently. Here's a sentence that is parallel, same ideas. In the summertime, I love swimming, hiking, and relaxing. You can see that each of those three verbs ends with the same ing ending so that they are parallel to each other. What I'd like you to do right now is correct these two sentences in your writer's notebook to make them parallel. So please go ahead and pause the video to make those corrections. Now that we've talked about parallel verbs, we're going to talk about parallel articles and conjunctions. First, a quick review of articles. An article is a word like the, or an that tells us what kind of thing we're referring to. So this sentence does not have parallel articles. The apple, a sandwich, and cookie were in my lunch. To make that parallel, I want to use all the same type of article. An apple, a sandwich, and a cookie were in my lunch. You may notice that an is an, but obviously it has to be because it's apple. But they all start with a, so that makes this a parallel sentence. Here are some parallel articles, prepositions, and conjunctions. Just as a review, a preposition is in, on, at, to, of, for, from, with, or by. So here is an example that is not parallel in terms of prepositions. The book is useful for practicing language skills, learning new vocabulary, and to understand Spanish-speaking cultures. In order to make this sentence parallel, I want to use the same preposition throughout. The book is useful for practicing language skills, for learning new vocabulary, and for understanding Spanish-speaking cultures. You can see that there I'm using the same preposition for throughout. We also want to use the same conjunctions. Conjunctions are our fanboys words, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, that allow us to stick two sentences together. So we want the sentence before and after the conjunction to be in the same verb tense. So here's one that's not parallel. I would like to complete a marathon or try finishing a triathlon. If I correct that to make the two sentences parallel around the conjunction, it would say, I would like to compete in a marathon or to finish a triathlon. And there they're both using the same infinitive verb form. So here are some sentences I'd like you to try to correct and make parallel in terms of articles, prepositions, or conjunctions. So please go ahead and pause the video one more time and make those corrections for yourself. The last type of parallel sentence we're going to work on today is parallel correlative constructions. And a correlative is a word like both, either, or, not only, or but also, that allows us to make a comparison in a sentence. And so when we make that comparison, we want the first part and the second part of the sentence to be in the same verb tense, just like when we use our conjunctions. So here's a sentence that is not parallel. By spending a year in Spain, you will not only enjoy living among a different culture, but also to be able to travel easily. If I go ahead and make this sentence parallel, it'll say, by spending a year in Spain, you will not only enjoy living among a different culture, but also being able to travel easily. And there I've changed the verb forms to have the same ending. So one last shot at parallel construction. Please go ahead and pause the video to make these corrections. And now that we have reached the end of the video, I have an adorable llama GIF for you, so please enjoy that one. So today we've defined parallel structure. We've identified and used parallel verbs, articles, and correlatives in our own writing. Nice work, everybody.